So welcome back to Retro Ratz, and we're meant to be getting ready for Vanlife Stratford. And we've had a leak in the roof for some time, and I'm going to talk you through that. We found it and we were always in the wrong place. So we're going to show you that. Stay with us. See you in a minute. So we're in Faith the Transit, and years ago when we first got her, my brother helped me put a solar panel on the roof, and we put rubber buns on the screws and they leaked. So for a long time the leaks were there, but we seemed to be winning with them, and I thought the continuation of the water over the winter was there. But it appears not. As we all know, water travels. So, and we've always had this stick in here, because when we was at the last Vanlife festival, this part of the roof was leaking, which is where the old, well, what do you call them, exit pipes, flow gas pipes were.
Yeah, for the old cooker and...
The cooker and the sink used to stand there. Cooker and the sink. Cooker and the oven and the grill used to stand in this very spot. Obviously when we changed the kitchen we moved it over. Excuse the mess, we're mid sorting out. So obviously they're the sealed holes made with fiberglass of where we've sealed up the old chimney exit pipes. And that was alright, apart from one small leak which you can see there. So we almost won. So we were kind of aware of that one, and we didn't mind because we've put that stick in place just to keep pressure on the roof. And that one is directly above the sink, and we've been waiting for extremely hot weather so that we can put an extra layer of fiberglass over that and above. And we've had, how much sun and rain, how much sun and hot weather have we had, Peggy, to do that?
1 week's worth when we were away.
Yeah, 1 week when we were away. So we've never been able to do that. But we knew the van was leaking over the winter, and I kept getting on the roof and sorting this skylight out, thinking it was in there because the water was running down in here. So we took all the wood battening off the ceiling because I could feel it was getting wet up here. As you can probably see my fingers, it's very wet on this. So I believe the water was travelling down. And it appears the skylight isn't the fault. Today, just very luckily, if you can call peeing down outside lucky, we saw a slight drip and a slight bit of sunlight through the roof. And there it is. There is the culprit that has been the bane of our lives, dripping on Peggy in the night for some time. So if I stand over here, there you go. So we got a bit of a quandary because
We're meant to be going.
we're meant to be going to Stratford, and we won't be able to sleep 3 nights because the roof is leaking. And I can't fill it with fiberglass because fiberglass requires dry weather. We're in the shit. The reality of van life in an old van. Right, so what I've done is I've sliced down with a knife to try and drain the roof off. We've got about an hour before it rains again. So we've had a bit of research on the internet, as you do, and the only thing that we can think of possibly using in an emergency is something called Plumber's Mate. It's made by Evo Stick. We're not affiliated. It's M-A-I-T. We're just ordering that now. We're going to shoot off in the car. We're going to go and get that, and we're going to see how we get on. Peggy's gone in to get the Plumber's Mate. Let's cross fingers this is going to work. good old YouTube has said roll this in your hands and warm it up. So it looks like that. This is the stuff we got. But I need to kind of get some, see it's still leaking. The only way I can stop it leaking is getting a bit of pressure on it. Push it up, but I'll push it up after I put some of this in there. So I warmed it up with my hands. I have to push it in. It's quite thick stuff.
And you've also got to go a bit higher as well because they can still...
Yeah, I'm going to push it up through.
Just looks like chewing gum.
It's a bit like using chewing gum. It does feel like that, but I'm just hoping that if I can get it moulded to the body. It is difficult because it is wet, and it does say on there, even though it doesn't take very long to set, or no time at all.
Well, that's because it's not. It's always permanently
need to be
dry.
It does need to be dry. We haven't got that
We ain't got that luxury because we're meant to be going.
luxury. So
there you go, people. So you can see.
isn't it?
Yeah. And it starts to drip.
Well, what I've done is I've tried to put a bit of pressure on the roof to keep the water off so it had a chance, but there's still a bit of water coming through compared to like the constant stream that was filling up this saucepan. It is almost stopped, but it needs a chance to dry. We do have a bit of blue sky for a minute, but that doesn't mean the water isn't already on the roof. I'm just going to try and build it up a bit more, but I don't think it's going to take until we get a dry spell, because there's just too much moisture in the roof. It just won't take on that bit. I've tried drying it with a tea towel. I mean, yeah, it's stopped the leak to be manageable, but I don't think it's messy stuff compared to what it was. As you guys seen it, it's done the job. As a repair, it hasn't done the job just yet, because like I say, it needs to be fixed in dry conditions. It does say you can use this stuff underwater, but where it's dry, so if I push it up around there, in the dry, it's absolutely perfect to work with. You could just push it in, mould it, you know, that's a lovely job, and that'll set quite nicely and do the job. I don't think it fully sets, so I'm just building that up because obviously that's where the hole was, so it's got a bit of oomph to hold it, but as you can see, it's still dripping. It's only a fraction drip. We've slowed it right down. The amount it's dripping now wouldn't fill a saucepan in a night, so it's done 99% of it, but it's still not enough. Don't know what else to say. Right, I've used a pole to put weight on the ceiling to hold the ceiling at the highest point so the water's running off away from that hole. I've compressed as much of this putty into the hole and worked it into the fiberglass so that there's no moisture or air gap in there. But it's going to be early days to tell if that's going to work or not. And because it doesn't set rock hard, it just stays as it is. We don't know just yet. Peggy's not happy. It's a bit later in the day now, isn't it, Jackie boy? Jackie's boys arrived to come be our supervisor. We're at the Vanlife Festival in Stratford. We've kindly invited by Rianne and Di, and we didn't want to let anyone down. It did stop raining, so the moisture in the roof has stopped a bit, so I'll show you the repair. So basically we've put plumber's putty in it, and compared to the massive stream of water that was coming in, it's all right. We're still waiting for it to dry out a little bit more. I'm gonna then put a bit more on it and see how we go. Peggy, hello.
Hello.
So we've sorted the leak, we hope. Cross fingers.
If not, Chloe's sleeping down there on her own and I'll sleep up there.
And we've made a temporary repair. My camera won't zoom out. Well, we have a jungle book roof.
A minute, Jack.
And we've put some linen around there. And that's the other bit of roof. Well, it's quite homely.
Yeah, I mean, it looks more like a boudoir, not boudoir. One of those.
I don't think that's a boudoir,
Well,
the right word.
not a boudoir. Is it a bed? Bedwin?
A what?
I'm trying to think what they're called. Like a harem. You know when they've got all the.
Oh, the canvases, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Every word but that. All right then. Well, there you go. That is it. Thank you for joining us on this epic wet adventure.
Stressful, epic.
Yes,
adventure.
nearly didn't get here. So we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.
And stay retro, people.